Last ball.
Congratulations on your win. What is the key for your rhythm and consistency? And I would like to know if you have a ritual or a specific preparation before you go on court.
Hi everyone, it's Eala here. I can't wait to play in front of all the fans at the Mubadala Abu Dhabi Open this February. Make sure to get your tickets.
Scandal rocks tennis world, the Auckland meltdown that changed everything. What is going on in the world of tennis right now? Just when we thought the 2026 season was off to a clean start, we have been hit with one of the most explosive, controversial, and frankly ugly incidents we have seen in years. Welcome back to Court Vision Plus, your number one source for the rawest, realest, and most unfiltered tennis news on the planet. If you love the drama as much as the forehands, do yourself a favor right now, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell. You are not going to want to miss the updates we have coming on this story. And hey, tell your friends to subscribe to Court Vision Plus too, because we are the only ones brave enough to tell it like it is. Folks, we need to talk about Auckland. We need to talk about Magda Linette versus Eala. We need to talk about the insults, the accusations, and the absolute chaos that unfolded on center court. We're talking about a veteran player allegedly shouting inflammatory comments about a rising star from the Philippines. We're talking about accusations of cheating, rigged officiating, and a match that Linette called a disgrace to her career. But here is the kicker. The WTA didn't just sit back and watch. Oh no. They have stepped in, and the ruling is swift. And Eala? She finally broke her silence. Buckle up, tennis fans. This is the story of the meltdown in Auckland. Let's get into it. To understand why this explosion happened, we have to look at the history. This wasn't just a random match. This was personal. Coming into the ASB Classic in Auckland this January 2026, the tension was already simmering. You had Magda Linette, the seasoned Polish veteran, a player known for her grit and consistency. And on the other side, you had the rising sensation from the Philippines, Eala. Now, let's look at the facts. Linette has owned this matchup in the past. She beat Eala in Abu Dhabi. She beat her in Nottingham. For years, Linette has been the gatekeeper that Eala couldn't get past. But this year? Things are different. Eala has been on a tear. She's fitter, she's faster, and she's hungry. The match started innocently enough. It was the quarterfinals. The stakes were high. The wind in Auckland was swirling, making conditions tough. But from the very first ball, you could sense something was off. Linette looked agitated. Eala looked laser-focused. The first set was a battle. Eala broke early. Linette broke back. But then, Eala started painting the lines. She was moving Linette side to side, exposing the veteran's movement. And that is when the cracks started to show. Every time a ball landed near the line, Linette was staring daggers at the chair umpire. Every time Eala hit a winner, Linette was muttering to her box. When Eala took the first set 6-3, the volcano was rumbling. But nobody, and I mean nobody, predicted the eruption that was about to happen in the second set. It happened at 2-1 in the second set. Eala hit a deep forehand that clipped the baseline. The line judge called it in. The umpire confirmed it. Point to Eala. Magda Linette snapped. She didn't just argue the call. She didn't just ask for a check. She marched up to the umpire's chair with a look of pure fury in her eyes. According to witnesses and leaked audio from the court microphones, this is where the tirade began. Linette reportedly screamed at the umpire, accusing him of deliberately overlooking Eala's faults. She claimed the officiating was biased, rigged, and designed to push the Filipino star through to the semifinals. But then, she crossed the line. In a moment that has stunned the tennis world, Linette allegedly made disparaging comments about Eala's nationality, reportedly stating that if they wanted the player from that country to win at all costs, they should just hand over the trophy without making them play these meaningless matches anymore. Let that sink in for a second. This wasn't just frustration about a line call. This was personal. This was an attack on Eala's heritage, her background, and her nation. The crowd in Auckland went silent. You could hear a pin drop. Eala, to her absolute credit, stood at the baseline, unmoving. She didn't engage. She didn't shout back. She just waited. But Linette wasn't done. She turned to Eala and allegedly called her a cheater right there on the court. A cheater? Eala? The girl who has been the model of sportsmanship since her junior days at the Rafa Nadal Academy? The accusation was bizarre. Linette seemed to imply that Eala was somehow manipulating the calls or that the powers that be were fixing the match for her. It was a conspiracy theory born out of frustration, but the damage was done. The words were out there. Most players would have crumbled. Being insulted by a veteran? Being told your victory is questionable because of where you come from? That destroys your mental game. But Eala isn't most players. If Linette thought her outburst would rattle Eala, she made a fatal calculation. It didn't break Eala. It activated her. Following the outburst, the umpire issued a code violation warning to Linette for unsportsmanlike conduct. Play resumed. And what happened next was poetic justice. Eala went into lockdown mode. She didn't say a word. She let her racket do the talking. She broke Linette's serve immediately. 3-1. Then she held serve at love. 4-1. Linette was still fuming, still shaking her head, still glaring at the umpire. Meanwhile, Eala was dissecting her game with surgical precision. The young star was giving the veteran a tennis lesson. Oh, you better believe it was frosty. Eala offered a quick, professional hand. Linette barely looked her in the eye, pulling away quickly and storming things like that on a global stage and expect to get away with it. The internet exploded immediately. Fans from the Philippines and around the world flooded social media, demanding accountability. And for once, the authorities moved fast. We have received reports that the WTA Tour did not allow this situation to escalate further. They reviewed the tapes. Disciplinary action for conduct contrary to the integrity of the game. The ruling reportedly cited abusive language and disparaging remarks regarding a player's nationality. This is a massive statement. The WTA is drawing a line in the sand. You can argue calls. You can smash rackets, though you'll pay for it. But you cannot attack a player's national origin. You cannot imply the tour is rigged because of a player's background. Linette's accusations that the umpire was deliberately overlooking Eala's faults were dismissed as baseless. The review showed that the officiating was standard. Eala simply played better. This ruling is a black mark on Linette's record. It tarnishes a career that has been, until now, relatively respected. But in the heat of the moment, she let her frustration show, and the WTA has slapped her down for it. So, what does Eala have to say about being called a cheater? About being insulted for her country? In the post-match press conference, reporters were cautious about how to approach the topic. But Eala, displaying a maturity way beyond her 20 years, addressed the elephant in the room. She officially spoke out. And folks, she didn't get down in the mud. She took the high road, which honestly makes Linette look even smaller. Eala said she heard what was said. It's painful to hear, not just for her, but for everyone who supports her back home. She stated that she is proud of where she comes from. She is proud to represent the Philippines. If someone thinks that makes her wins questionable, that is their problem, not hers. She won that day because she worked harder. She won because she played better. The scoreboard is the only truth that matters. She continued, addressing the cheater label directly. She has respect. Called a cheater is hurtful, but she knows who she is. She's not going to let angry words distract her from her goals. Class. Pure class. She didn't scream. She didn't cry. She just stated the facts and moved on to the semifinals. This is the mindset of a champion. This is why Eala is the future of the WTA, and why Linette is looking like a relic of the past. Let's dig deeper into why this specific type of insult cuts so deep. Tennis has long been criticized for being an elitist sport. For decades, it was dominated by players from wealthy Western nations. It's expensive. You need courts, coaches, travel money. For a player like Eala, coming from the Philippines, the road is harder. She had to leave home young. She had to train at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Spain. She has had to fight for every inch of respect she gets. When comments like these are made, it's not just an insult. It's a gatekeeping tactic. It's saying you don't belong here. You're only winning because people feel sorry for you. It is the ultimate disrespect to the hard work Eala has put in. Eala isn't winning because of charity. She's winning because she has a lethal forehand and a high tennis IQ. Linette's meltdown reveals a frustration that many veterans are feeling. The new generation is here. The next gen isn't waiting for permission. They are kicking down the door. And players like Linette, who are struggling to hold on to their rankings, are feeling the heat. Instead of accepting that she was outplayed, Linette looked for a scapegoat. She blamed the umpire. She blamed the system. She blamed Eala's nationality. She blamed everything except her own unforced errors. This match in Auckland wasn't just a win for Eala. It was a statement. It said we are here, we are good, and we are not going anywhere, no matter what you call us. The incident has sparked a broader conversation about respect, sportsmanship, and inclusivity in tennis. Social media erupted with support for Eala, with hashtags trending worldwide. Filipino fans rallied behind their young star, sharing messages of pride and encouragement. Tennis legends and current players also weighed in, with many condemning the type of behavior displayed during the match and praising Eala for her composure. The tennis community has seen its share of on-court controversies over the years, but this incident stands out because it touched on issues beyond the game itself. It highlighted the challenge. Eala's response has been widely praised as a masterclass in handling adversity. Rather than escalating the situation or responding with equal hostility, she chose to focus on her performance and let her tennis speak for itself. The WTA's swift action in this matter also sends an important message. The organization has been working to expand the global reach of women's tennis, investing in development programs in Asia, Africa, and South America. Incidents like this threaten to undermine those efforts by creating an unwelcoming environment for players from non-traditional tennis markets. By taking a firm stance, the WTA has demonstrated its commitment to protecting all its players, regardless of their background or ranking. For Magda Linette, the path forward is unclear. At 32 years old, she is in the later stages of her career. This incident could define how she is remembered in the sport. Some tennis analysts have suggested that she may need to issue a public apology to repair her reputation. Others have pointed out that the pressure of competition can bring out the worst in people, and that everyone deserves a chance at redemption. However, the fact remains that her words crossed a line, and the consequences are real. The incident has also raised questions about the role of umpires and officials in managing player behavior. While the chair umpire did issue a code violation, some have argued that more should have been done in the moment to de-escalate the situation. Others have defended the official, noting that he followed protocol and allowed the match to continue without further incident. The debate over how to handle such situations will likely continue in tennis circles for months to come. As for Eala, this victory and the manner in which she handled the controversy have elevated her profile significantly. She was a mental game as it is physical, and players who can maintain their composure under extreme pressure are the ones who ultimately succeed at the highest levels. Eala's journey in tennis has been remarkable from the start. Born in Quezon City, Philippines, she showed early promise and was accepted into the Rafa Nadal Academy at a young age. Training alongside some of the best young players in the world, she developed a game built on consistency, court coverage, and smart shot selection. Her success in junior tennis, including winning the US Open girls singles title in 2022, marked her as a player to watch. Now, as she transitions into the professional ranks, she is proving that her potential is becoming reality. The support from her home country has been overwhelming. In the Philippines, where basketball and boxing have traditionally dominated the sports landscape, Eala has become a national hero. Her success is inspiring a new generation of Filipino tennis players and bringing unprecedented attention to the sport in the country. Tennis federations and academies across the Philippines have reported increased interest and enrollment since Eala's rise to prominence. She is not just playing for herself. She is carrying the hopes and dreams of an entire nation. The Auckland incident, while unfortunate, has only strengthened the bond between Eala and her supporters. Messages of encouragement flooded her social media accounts from fans around the world. Many pointed out that facing and overcoming adversity like this would only make her stronger as a competitor. Some even suggested that this experience would be a defining moment in her career, one that she would look back on as a turning point. From a broader perspective, this incident highlights the ongoing challenges in professional sports regarding respect and sportsmanship. Tennis, with its individual nature and the pressure cooker environment of one-on-one competition, can sometimes bring out extreme emotions. Players are expected to compete fiercely while maintaining decorum and respect for their opponents. Finding that balance is not always easy, especially when matches are close and stakes are high. The psychological aspect of tennis cannot be understated. Players must manage their emotions, handle pressure, and make split-second decisions while thousands of eyes watch their every move. When things go wrong, when calls don't go their way, when their game isn't working, the mental challenge can be overwhelming. This is why sports psychologists have become an integral part of many players' teams. The best players are not necessarily those with the biggest serves or fastest forehands, but those who can maintain mental clarity and emotional control throughout a match. What made Eala's response so impressive was not just that she won the match, but how she won it. After being subjected to insults and accusations, she could have easily let her emotions take over. She could have argued back, lost her focus, or allowed the situation to derail her performance. Instead, she channeled whatever negative energy into positive performance as the mark of a true champion. The tennis world is now watching Eala's career trajectory with great interest. If she continues to develop and improve, she could become one of the top players in the world. The talent is clearly there. The mental strength has been proven. What remains to be seen is whether she can stay healthy, continue to improve her game, and handle the increasing pressure and expectations that will come with success. The path from promising young player to Grand Slam contender is long and difficult, but Eala has shown she has what it takes to walk it. For fans of the sport, incidents like the one in Auckland are a reminder of why we watch. Yes, we love the incredible athletic performances, the stunning shots, and the high-level competition. But we also watch because sports are fundamentally human. They reveal character. They test people in ways that few other activities can. We see triumph and defeat, grace and ugliness, inspiration and disappointment. The Auckland match gave us all of that in one explosive package. The conversation around this incident will continue for weeks and months to come. As the tour moves on to the next tournament and the next storyline, the lessons from Auckland will remain. Players, officials, and organizations will reflect on what happened and what can be done to prevent similar incidents in the future. Fans will debate the appropriate punishment, the fairness of the officiating. The ASB Classic in Auckland will continue, but this match will be remembered for a long, long time. Linette has a lot of thinking to do. She needs to apologize, not just to Eala, but to the game of tennis. If she doesn't, this disgrace she talked about will be the only thing people remember about her 2026 season. As for Eala, she's moving on. She's in the semis. She's climbing the rankings. And she has an entire nation behind her, cheering louder than ever because of these insults. They tried to bring her down. They tried to rattle her. But as the saying goes, you come at the queen, you best not miss. And Linette? She missed by a mile. We want to hear from you. What do you think of Linette's comments? Should she be suspended? Was the fine enough? And what about Eala's response? Did she handle it the right way? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get a debate going. And listen, if you enjoyed this extensive breakdown, show us some love. Smash that like button. It really helps the channel. Subscribe to Court Vision Plus if you haven't already, and share this video with every tennis fan you know. We are watching everything. We see everything. This is Court Vision Plus, your home for the most in-depth tennis coverage on the platform. Don't forget to tell your friends and family to subscribe to Court Vision Plus as well, because we bring you the stories that matter, the drama that captivates, and the analysis that goes deeper than anyone else. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.
Ball.